Welcome back to my channel Conquer the Fear. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the real coding challenge problem. So, in the interview, when you're trying to attend, right, there will be definitely a questions which are based on the coding ground, and definitely he will be asking you the optimized way. So, one problem will be given to you, and you need to answer that particular. There will be different two, three ways to answer it, but he will ask you the most optimized way or the better way to answer it, right, or the solution, better way for the solution for it, right. So the question or the problem what we are looking out here is that the how to write a program where you will be given a substring of that, and you will be given a very long string. Okay, now this substring or whatever the string whatever is being given, you need to find how many times this particular string is appearing in the main big string, right. So the problem we can use, like, he will give you a choice, like, you can use your built-in programs, or like he might also ask, like, can you achieve this in Java 8, or I doesn't want Java 8, I want this to be achieved in the normal way, right. So two three approaches he can ask you. You have to look out and like how you can write this program. Okay, so let's jump into the code. Now we'll first look into the normal approach without applying any data structure or any Java 8 version. Okay, so that's the reason I've written one program over here. Now if you see this particular program I've written, find a substring count. Now if you see here in the main method, I'm calling one main method, that is normal approach method, right. So if you look at this, the interview might ask you like a question like, write a program, how many times the number of count this particular substring appear in a string, right. So you are not allowed to use any built-in functions like index of or match, etc. So how do you implement that? There might be some instruction given to you. Now if you see here, these two strings, this is the main string and this is the substring. Okay, now here we have written a count over here, we have written a for loop over here. Now if you see here, what is happening is that it is taking the length of the main string, minus hitting it with the length of this particular thing. Okay, and then it is looping over here. Now what will happen is that ultimately it starts from 0, and by next it is going to compare, and then it is going to count over here if it is, if at all, matching it. Okay, so if you see here, this is going to be an if loop over here, and if it is an equal, right, equal size, and it is going to check the content, not the where exactly this particular are referred, right. So this is how it is going to be run. Now let's see, by running this particular program. Now if you see here, this is appearing 4 times. Now if you see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I hope this particular solution is clear to you. Now let us look at the second approach. Now if you are being interviewed for Java interview, and like, the interviewers come across Java 8, right, he might ask you like, what are the features with Java 8. Now the subsequent questions or the coding question what he might ask, a possibility that, I try to achieve this particular same solution using Java 8 features, right. Now let's look at how we have making use of it, right. Now if you see here, the same thing what we have taken over here. Now like if you see that we have made use of an int string. So now if you are aware, Java 8 is making use of streams, right. So we can actually make use of these streams, and then what we can do, we can have this particular range. Okay, so from 0 to that particular length, it is going to check in that, and then it is going to filter only those things which are going to match it, right. If you see, our filter is basically used for uh, is used as a predicate where you are trying to satisfy certain condition. Only those things will be moved on to the next set of stream which is get it creates, and then on top of that you can actually perform the terminal operation, that is the count. Now if you look at this particular thing, right, it is going to give you the filter, and then it is going to give you the count ultimately. Now let's try to run this particular program. Okay, now if you see, this is giving you the correct result. Okay, I hope this is very clear to you. Okay, now we looked into two versions, one is normal loop version and one is using the Java 8. Now he might ask you like, can you use any data structures inside it and then achieve it, right. Looked into the two versions, what is one is a normal approach and one is the Java stream approach. Now there might be a question like,
I doesn't want in Java 8 stream or like in a normal for loop. I wanted to get it achieved with any of this particular data structure. So it might be array list, it might be set, it might be hash map. We wanted an approach using the internal data structure provided by the Java library. Now let's look at it, how we can achieve that. Now if you look at this particular program, it has got same things. Now if you see here the structure, whatever your data structure that we are using is an hash map. Hash map is nothing but an implementation of a map interface. Okay, now we have used the for loop over here, similar to the what we have achieved in the first version of that particular thing. Now if you see here, what I'm trying to do is that a substring I'm trying to do that, and then ultimately I'm trying to push it into the hash map over here. Okay, ultimately this hash map is going to take that particular string value and it is going to count that, right? Now let's see how it is going to. If you see here, it is going to tell you like how many times it has appeared, right? So this is what one of the best way to do that. Okay, so here if you see, this is there is a default or get value which is going to return a specific key in the map, or if it's a default value, it contains no mapping, right? So this method is quite important over here, and you make sure you're using this in such a scenario. Okay, I hope this video was very helpful to you, and you understand how to solve this particular problem in normal for loop, as well as the Java 8, and then using the data structure that is HashMap. Thank you for watching.